The Renault Kwid was rather quick to get popular in the mini hatchback segment, typically thanks to its SUV-like design and the elaborate feature list. But its 800cc engine felt slightly low on power, which is why Renault has now launched the Kwid with the option of a 1-litre engine as well. Exterior and interiors are the same, which means the car looks identical to what it used to be. So you get the same sporty looking SUV-like design on the outside. The only changes to the exterior, if you ask me, are the silver color of the outside rear view mirrors and the decals on both sides of the car, which is also the only place you'll see the 1.0 badging. Interiors are the same. That means you get the same touchscreen infotainment system with a Bluetooth connectivity and navigation as well, a digital speedometer. And these are features that were unheard of in this segment prior to this. What I also like about the cabin is the way it's built. The plastics feel really nice. There's no panel gaps. Everything is nice and good to the touch. Moving on to the engine. Now obviously that's the biggest change in the car, and that's the only change that you cannot see. Because the engine is the same, it's identical to the 800cc engine. It's only that the bore and stroke have been increased to achieve the higher displacement. Of course, power output is up now, and the numbers, if you ask me, are 68 PS and 91 Newton meters of torque, which is a significant increase as compared to the 54 PS and 72 Newton meters that the 800cc engine offered. Now when you start driving this car, the improvement in performance isn't apparent very immediately. As you take off, you might feel that, it feels the same. There's not much of a difference in terms of the way the car takes off. But once you start driving and accelerate through the gears is when you see the difference. That's where you can feel that yes, there is some more punch, especially towards the mid-range and the top of the revs. And also interestingly, this car feels more stable at higher speeds. Like it's easy to hold 100 kilometers per hour and cruise at that speed, which wasn't really the case with the 800. One of the highlights of this car, though, if you ask me, has to be the fact that the 1-litre Kwid boasts of the best-in-class power-to-weight ratio, which is 97 PS per ton. Mechanically, this car is identical to the 800cc version of the Kwid, which means you get the same chassis, suspension, tires, brakes, everything. So that means that in terms of ride and handling, the 1-litre Kwid is more or less the same as the 800cc version. It handles well, but it's not exactly a very sporty handler, because the suspension is slightly on the softer side, which means that the ride quality is good, and we do like that aspect about this car. And then in terms of the tires, I think some more grip would have been welcome from the tires, although it's not too bad. The 1-litre engine is mated to the same 5-speed gearbox as before. And while it is a nice gearbox, the shifts are positive, but there's still a bit of a rubbery feel in terms of the shifts. Every time you shift, you feel as if it could have been slightly more positive. And Renault says that about 80% of the sales of the Kwid, the 800cc version, were for the top two variants of the car, which is the RXT and the RXT option. And which is why the 1-litre engine is on offer just with those two variants. The RXT obviously is the fully loaded version, with the option, the RXT option, only adding a driver side airbag to it. It's really surprising that there's just a driver side airbag and not one for the passenger in front. But the good thing is that the 1-litre now gets seatbelt pretensioners for both the front occupants, and now that's available on the 800cc version as well. To sum it up, this is the engine that Renault should have launched the Kwid with in the first place, as it feels perfect for this car. But Renault wanted to make inroads into the small car space with the smaller, slightly lesser powerful and more efficient 800cc engine, which is fair enough. Now that engine feels perfect and good enough for a first car buyer with this kind of performance and efficiency. But if you want a car that's more fun to drive with some more pep, the 1 litre Kwid is what you should be looking at.